We often talk about it to seekers and they get great illumination from it. Why? Because it gives us a touch of what does this impersonality mean. Impersonality everybody wants. But if you say in Sanskrit, it means Vairagya. Vairagya means dispassion, we translate in English. So nobody wants Vairagya. But everybody, all the managers will run after impersonality. But if you say that it is same as Vairagya, oh, it is for after 60, after 70 years, when I don't get any more re-employment, then only I will try for it. But truly speaking, Vairagya means impersonality. Now, what happened is that Buddha in his time became very famous. That was a very low period of our Indian spiritual culture when you can easily analyze the history and find out, because Buddha went from ashram to ashram. Nowhere he could get his satisfaction. Everywhere there was rituals, that too the sacrifice of animals and all those things were going on. He could not get the answer to his questions. So finally he sat in meditation and got his reply. Like that his life was. So he became very famous in his lifetime, that many people were offering their land for putting up ashrams, and he became quite known. So because of his rise, the so-called tantrikas, those who were practicing the rituals at those times, and most often it is perverted rituals they were given to, they became quite envious of him and agitated about it. So one day a famous tantrika who was quite famous before Buddha arrived, he came to him and started abusing him left and right, because he lost his prominence because of Buddha's rise. So he went on abusing for quite some time, but Buddha kept quiet. As he was sitting, he kept on sitting. Then this tantrika got all the more annoyed, that I have been telling you so many things for such a long time. You don't consider me a human being. You have become so proud that you don't consider me a human being. You are not replying anything at all, not telling me anything at all. See, these things happen in family affairs also, is it not? So one person is shouting, the other person does not react in a then the other person gets more annoyed by that, because they want a certain reaction to come from the other person. Now, when he said that, Buddha, there is a verse, actually it is assigned to Buddha as well as Bhartrihari, both way it is there. Dadatu dadatu gali gali mantaha bhavantaha, like that it goes. It is there in Niti Shatakam or Vairagya Shatakam of Bhartrihari. So Buddha said that means in this world, everybody gives whatever he possesses. If you go to a rich person, he can give you money. If he has money, he will give you. Similarly, you possess lot of abuses in you which you are giving me. You are giving me abuses, you possess the abuses. But I don't have in my stock any abuse at all. How can I give you back anything? Do you get it? Now, what happens in our case? The moment somebody says something wrong, not even abuses, something wrongly they malign us or condemn us, immediately we start shouting more than the other person. Is it not so? That means we are losing our self-seatedness by a simple somebody speaking wrongly about us. Suppose whatever he or she has spoken, if there is some truth in it, should we not thank her that she has pointed out my defect? And I would like to become a good person, so I would like to correct my defect. If she has pointed out the defect, I should be happy. I should thank her for pointing out the defect. Suppose whatever she is saying, there is no truth in it, then why should we bother about it? It is his business or her business. Why should I bother about it? Is it not so? Can we not take such a point of view? This is the wise knowledge point of view. That if there is no truth in what the other person is saying, it is not necessary that I fight back or I return any abuse or anything like that. I need not even defend also. If the clarity is needed, you can say that you are saying like that. But as far as I know, I have not done anything like that. But what has happened to you? Why are you speaking like this today? Has anything gone wrong with you? Then you will find that he calms down immediately. Will it not? When you are lovingly telling that you don't speak like this any day, suddenly today you are speaking, has anything gone wrong at home or here or so? I am concerned about that. Then you will find that the whole anger and abuse, everything has gone. It is only by our impersonality. Now, by telling these stories, if we can give a touch of impersonality, I don't know whether you got the touch of impersonality. Did you get? Huh? You should get the touch normally if you are attentive. So, we will understand the value of it. That why are we unnecessarily always getting annoyed, disturbed, agitated by the situation? It is only because we have become by practice from childhood, from birth or before birth also, because this has been practiced by our forefathers also. Father, parents, grandparents and them. They also have been behaving in the same manner. So it has gone into the cells. So we are slave to the objects and object situation by nature, by right from the beginning. But it is only foolishness that we are slave to the objective situation. If we can develop our poise, our knowledge orientation, we can easily become master of the objective situation. And that is what knowledge wants us to do.